Join us today as we follow our episode on ume maintenance throughout the year. Hi everybody, so it's been about a year since the last Ume series came out, so just a quick update. I'm going to repot this tree tonight just because it's about that time, and I might want to show this as a secondary tree at the Baikoen Winter Silhouette. Part of it is, it's part of the name, Baikoen. It's the fragrance of the ume blossom, so it's kind of nice to have one in bloom. This one actually might bloom a little early. We're about 3 weeks away. This is the first week of January, and if you look at close, I'll get a real close look. You can see some of the blooms already swelling, and they're about to open. I think one of them opened already, just because we got that really hot heat wave from the 80s, almost 90s in December, and then we got that massive rain. So this is a great time to repot. I'm going to repot this guy. This was grown in perlite and garden mix. So it's really taken off really well this year. I really neglected this plant for about a year just because I had all this home construction and everything done. But for right now, it's ready to go in a pot, and let me get that pot for you in a couple seconds here. But that's what we're gonna do tonight. You could do, technically you should repot after it's bloomed and before the leaf blooms out, but this is time. Again, time is the essence. Whatever time you have, this is a great time to do it. It's still dormant, but they're still kind of moving. You can see kind of the lines. I still need to water this thing out a little more, and it's been neglected for about a year. So that's what we're gonna do this time around. So this is quick repotting, what it looks like, and what you're into. Okay, so join us. I had this tree for about, this is probably year 6 now, I think, 5 or 6. Got it from House of Bonsai a couple of years ago, or 6 years ago. With just stumps by the time I brought it home. This is its second container. It's most likely a Peggy Clark just because of it's a double bloom, or double petal. And then it was in this pot for a good 3 or 4 years now. So let's take it apart. If you saw the other repotting, they're all very similar. I finally lost all those leaves the last week or so. You can see the bottom. If you can see the bottom here before I tilt it over, it's a mat of roots here, so I'm gonna have to cut this clean to get to the guide wires or underneath. I got the securing wires underneath. So wish me luck there. Out of the container. Move this out of the way. Really flat. You can see there's a layer of roots. This could have gone in that pot for a couple more years technically. It still hasn't completed, filled the roots at the bottom. It's getting close though. Pretty good for living in a shallow pot like that for the last couple of years. All right, so just back at it again. So just like last time, I like to elevate it, and I just kind of start removing the dirt just like the last trident. This is just more of it. The great part about doing this at night, if you don't finish, you throw it back in the pot, continue tomorrow, especially after it rains. It just kind of get you that process. But yeah, I'll speed this video along so you don't need to see me do this for like 40 minutes probably. Oh, the fun part is about if you have this extra soil and you don't know what to do with it. If you have holes in your garden like I do, or in your grass that you're gonna fill the voids in, it's not a bad mix to fill your. Instead of throwing away, I don't like. The heck is that? That was like a root gall of some sort. But yeah, that's what I do with all my extra soil or this remnant soil. I try to not recycle it, but reuse it in a different area of my garden. It's not bad soil. And let me go stop that video, and I can just. I'll do this really quick. I took about 2/3 of the that soil mix off, trimmed as much as I could. I went as deep as I can with some of the stuff. Some stuff is actually removed most of that dirt. We got some original that perlite still in here. I'm gonna leave it in there. The sheen, the bottom portion, I did shave the bottom off. You can see I shaved kind of the bottom off as much as I can. Getting back to the original root ball. About 80% of the original soil is gone. So what I'm gonna do is, I don't like to bare root all of it at one time. I try to just keep going. Every single time I repot, I go further back into it. And now, right now, is this refinement. You can take about 2/3. I'm still taking dirt out. I was running out of room here. You can take about easily half first try. So your goal is technically first time you repot it into like a grow pot or something, you want to take about half its root mat off. They're pretty resilient, especially this time of year when they're pretty dormant. And then if you can get more dirt out, you can. I have a lot of fine roots, and that's what you're looking for. Remember, during the winter time, the strength, I'm just sticking more stuff off. The strength of the tree is going to come from the root. Okay, what is stored since summer, okay, or fall, excuse me, and then it's going to use that energy that is stored in the vascular tissue, the roots, the trunk, and the branches, to put out its new leaves, their solar panels, until they're ready to grow again. So these guys are pretty resilient, I found out. They're really susceptible to like viruses, fungus. So you might want to spray when all the flowers are done flowering. I try to feed it and herbicide it throughout the year. I'm just doing some fine tuning. I'm trying to get as much as I can out at this stage. Not a total bare root, but almost 90%. And that's just, you can tell it's I'm taking a lot of fine roots out, and I'm trying to keep most of it. And then in this stage, what you're really doing is trying to make sure all the roots are not crossed, just like your branches are not crossed. It's a great opportunity to do that. And any branches, or excuse me, any roots are going up on the surface and then the bar area are going up. You take them out like those guys right there. And then anything on the sheen below, are not going straight down or in a radial fashion. I'm gonna take those out. This is my last tune-up before I put it in the pot. I want the front. I'm gonna put the front towards me so it's a little easier. I can aim it. I'm just gonna see if it fits. Kind of double check everything kind of fit. The level. I'll make sure it's gonna be pretty even. Turn some more. I want to make this still a slant style. So I need to lift the front a little bit. And this is a little too long. This one ties. I know how much air pockets there are. I know there's one underneath this root ball. So my goal is to now to find all those air pockets and shove soil mix into those. Okay, so there's some spots, so I know where they kind of are, so I'm just gonna poke in. See, it just disappeared right there. See, that pocket just disappeared. Water it thoroughly, make sure it runs clear, keep it out of frost danger for about 2 weeks. It should be pretty normal. And then water as normal, and then I would start fertilizing this in about a month. Right after it blooms, I'll fertilize it really heavily, and then get this guy going again, and then it'll be full sun, and then I'll moss this if it's ready for a show or not. But that's pretty much it for repotting ume maintenance in the winter time. If you don't need to do this, you just enjoy the flowers, call it a day, and then that's it for this episode. If you guys like, subscribe, and then I'll put more videos about how to take care of umes during the rest of the year, just like I'm doing for elms, oaks, and Trent maples with other people. So thank you a lot. I'll see you guys later. Thank you. Good night.